Nityanam, in this video, we're going to see how to live stream the Nityananda Satsang from the Nityananda channel to our own Facebook and YouTube pages using a software called OBS. So first thing you need to do is open your browser and Google search OBS. And on the first link that comes up, just click on the download button and click on this blue button called download installer. Okay, once downloaded, we'll run the installer by clicking on this button over here. Okay, once the installation is finished, don't launch it as of now. Just click on finish. And we want to install one more plugin, which allows us to stream to YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So for that, just go search for OBS Multi RTMP on Google and visit the first link and click on the go to download button. And then click on this first option here, OBS Multi RTMP.zip, and run the downloaded file and open this file inside the zip. And if it shows you a warning like this, just click on more info and click on run anyway. That's it. Now we have the OBS ready to go. So now we'll open the OBS application by clicking on this desktop shortcut. And if you open it for the first time, it'll show you this pop-up called Auto Configuration Wizard. You can just cancel that. And we'll start setting up OBS. So click on the settings button here. And first go into the video settings and set the base resolution to 1280720. And same for the output resolution. In case your laptop is not able to handle this, or if it's struggling, or if you have some data limits on your internet connection, then you can set this to 852 into 480. That will stream it at 480p quality instead of 720, and it will save you some data. And you can set this frame rate, common FPS, to 25. Then in the audio settings, disable the desktop audio and the mic audio. Make sure all of these are disabled. In the output settings, first change this output mode from simple to advanced. And then in the bitrate field, just set this to 1500. So 1500 is the appropriate setting for our 720p quality resolution stream, which we set over here. In case you have selected 852 into 480 here, then your bitrate should be around 800 to 900. But in our case, we're going to keep it at 1500. You can also change the output resolution from here itself by clicking on this, enabling this option, and selecting 850, 480, 852, 480, and then setting this to 800. And then you can proceed to the stream section where we'll configure our YouTube channel that we want to stream to. So it's asking us for a stream key. So now I'll show you how to retrieve your stream key from your YouTube channel. So I'll just close this for now and save it. And on the browser, go to youtube.com and log in as the channel that you want to stream to. So I've logged in as the Truth Seeker channel, and click on the create button and click on go live. So this will bring you to your YouTube live dashboard. In case you have not verified your YouTube channel with a phone number, it may ask you, it will show you a pop-up prompting you to verify your channel. So you can just do that, and then you'll end up on this screen. So on the screen, the first thing you see is your live video settings. So you'll see the title of the video, the category, privacy. Unlisted privacy means that the live video will start initially where it's not publicly visible, but you can share the link with individual people and they'll be able to see it. So you can change that by clicking on this edit button here. and change the title and description. You can copy this from the Nityananda YouTube channel, whatever live satsang title they've given. And in your case, you can set this to public since we want our live video to be seen. But in our case, since this is a test run, I'll just keep it as unlisted. And you can also give a custom thumbnail and add it to a playlist. And then if you scroll down, you'll see a few technical details here, like the stream URL and the stream key. So the stream URL is common for all YouTube channels. What is unique to your own YouTube channel is the stream key. So this is very important. Just copy this and back in OBS under stream settings, you'll add your own stream key, which we've copied. And we don't need the stream URL because OBS takes care of that for us. And just save this. And now that we have it, the destination ready, we need to have a source, what we want to stream to our channel. So what we want is we want to take the live satsang from the YouTube Nityananda channel and stream it to our own channel. So let's first find the link, YouTube link of the live satsang. So just go to the YouTube page of the Nityananda channel. So this is the live satsang that's currently going on. It says live now. If you go to the channel as well, the first video you'll see is the live video. So just right click on it and copy the link. And then go back to OBS and you'll see there's a panel called the sources panel where we can add inputs. So we want this live YouTube video to be our source for our live stream. So just click on the plus button to add a new input and select the browser input and name it something like live satsang. And it'll open this pop-up with settings for this live input. So in the URL, just replace it with the URL that you copied. And in the width and height, set it to 1280 and 720. And ensure that the control audio via OBS is enabled. This will make sure that you hear the audio from this video. And then just click on the refresh button and click on OK. So now you see the OBS is emulating a browser and it's opening this YouTube video in a browser. But we don't want to show the rest of the screen. We just want to show this video. So we want to full screen this video basically. So if you just click here, it's not responding because the browser is not editable from this screen. You have to click on this input over here, right click on it and go to interact. In this pop-up, your mouse can control the browser. So you can just click on full screen here and ensure that the autoplay button is off so that in case this live video ends, the next suggested video on YouTube doesn't autoplay. And you can set the quality settings to 720 to get the highest quality. This is the receiving quality that we're talking about. And then just close this. And now you can see the live video is ready. We can even hear the audio. The green levels here indicates that the audio is coming. And I can start the streaming. So as soon as you see this green colored square in the bottom right corner, that means that your stream is live and it's successful. If the square becomes yellow or red in color, that means that you're having issues with your internet or your laptop. So you can try stopping the stream and reducing the quality. So now I'll go back to my YouTube live dashboard. And you can see that it's picked up the stream that we started streaming from OBS. And in case you had it set to unlisted, you can now make it public. So we're set with YouTube. Now we'll move on to Facebook. So what we're seeing here is we're seeing only one stream button and only one destination, which by default, which OBS allows. So that's why we added the plugin for the multiple destinations. So to enable that plugin, just click on the view button and go to docs and enable the multiple output dock. It'll open this pop-up, which you can resize and just drag it from the top here and snap it to one of the edges and increase the size again. So now you see it's asking us to add a new target. So we want to add our Facebook page as a target here. So click on this and name it as Facebook Live. And here it's asking us for the RTMP server address and the stream key. So to retrieve those, you need to go to your Facebook page. And you scroll down till you see the create live button. So here we see the create live button, just click on that and it will take you to the Facebook live dashboard. So here ensure that you've selected the use stream key option in this first section here, and then scroll down and ensure that this use permanent stream key setting is enabled. So if it's disabled, what will happen is your stream key will change for every live video, and you'll need to keep changing it manually in OBS. What this option allows us to do is not having to manually copy and paste the stream key every time. So YouTube by default doesn't change the stream key for each video, but Facebook gives us that option. So in our case, we don't want to use that option. We'll keep the persistent stream key, which means that the stream key for our Facebook page won't change every day. So now you can scroll down, you can see the server URL. This is the RTMP URL that OBS is asking us for. So we'll just copy that, paste it here, and take the stream key as well and paste it here. And that's it. Then press OK. And now we're ready to start. So you can press the start button here. And once it's successful, you'll see a frame rate over here, FPS, and you'll see the broadcasting text. And if you go back to the browser, you'll see that it's receiving the stream. So now all you need to do is give a title and a description to your live. So I'm just putting a sample title here now. You can take the correct title from the YouTube video and the description as well. And then once you press go live, it will be publicly visible. Okay, so now we're live on both Facebook and YouTube. So now we'll just see a few useful options that OBS gives us. So now in case you've forgotten to set the quality of this YouTube video, or you forgot to set the autoplay to off, or in case the live video on the Nityananda channel ends and they start a new live video with a new URL and you need to change it. So you can obviously click on interact and change the settings from here, but you'll see that all this movement is going on the output. So people on your YouTube and Facebook will see you moving your cursor and changing these settings, which we don't want to show. So what OBS gives us, it has this studio mode. If you just click on that, it'll toggle between studio and non-studio. So studio mode has two panels. One is the preview and the program. So the program is what is actually going live, and the preview is where you can edit what you want, edit your scene, and set it to what you want, and then actually go live. So right now, this video is the only input that I have. So in order to cover this scene, I'll add an image. Click on the plus button and select image input. And select a picture from your PC. Ideally, you can select the Kailasa banner or the Kailasa wallpaper, or any large image of Swamiji that's horizontal shaped, and press OK. So now since this image is too big for my canvas, it's getting cropped. So to prevent that, you can right click on it, go to transform and click on fit to screen. So as you can see, this works like layers. So since the image layer is on top of this live streaming satsang, you can see that the image is being seen here, and where the image ends and where it doesn't exist, you can still see the YouTube video behind. If I move this image below this, if I drag and move it, you'll see that the YouTube video occupies the full screen. And if I drag it below again, the image is on top. So in order for me to cover my the whole screen with this image, you'll see these 4 points. If you click on the image here, you'll see the 4 points in red where you can adjust the size. So just hold shift on your keyboard and drag one of the edges till it occupies the full screen, and then you can move it around. And now you have this image to cover your background. So now if you click on transition, this is what is going live right now along with the audio. If you want to mute the audio as well, you can click on this mute button here. And now you can make the changes you want to your live satsang here. So first you will hide this image by click on the eye icon, and the faded button means that it's hidden, whereas the white colored icon means that you can see it, right? So just hide the image, and then you can edit this input. So you can interact. You can even go out of the full screen mode. You can uh, change whatever you want. You can even change the link here. So for example, on the first day you'll do this, and on the next day you'll have a new satsang, a new live video. So you'll need to go to the channel, and suppose this second video would be the live video for the next day. Just copy that URL and go to properties here, right click properties, and change the URL here. And scroll down and click on refresh and OK. So we're doing all this while our viewers just see the image. So they don't need to see us editing all this in the background. And then you'll click on interact and go to full screen. Autoplay off and quality manually set to the highest. And then once you're ready, you can transition back to this screen. And whenever the live video has ended, you probably should be ready to switch over with this image showing in front. Otherwise, YouTube will start showing the recommended video thumbnails on the browser. So when the live video ends, just transition over with the image, and then you can stop the streaming here. This is for YouTube. And it will take a few seconds to stop, and then you can stop the streaming here for Facebook. And then go to the browser and manually stop it on your Facebook page and YouTube channel as well. So that's it. And now one more thing you need to do is save this profile. So just go to profile over here. So whatever configurations we did to our OBS over here, we want to ensure that it's saved and it doesn't go away the next time we open OBS. So just click on the profile tab here. Profile is the profile for your settings, and click on export. And just export it to a location that you know. And you can also rename it to say OBS settings. So next time, if you reload OBS and you're not able to find these settings, you can just click on profile and click on this OBS settings to find your settings again. So the profile was for the stream settings. We do the same thing for the scene collection, which is this image and the live video. So for that, first we'll rename it and we'll say live satsang and export it. That's it. So the next time if you close and open OBS and you don't find the setup how you left it, you can just click on the profile button and select the OBS settings. And then in the scene collection, click on the live satsang button. So it'll recover whatever settings you set over here. So that's it. Thanks for watching.